Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk to you about New Year's resolutions, and more specifically, if you have already failed at your New Year's resolutions. So I, like most of you, have come up with some New Year's resolutions. I am someone who is always wanting to get better, and so the new year is always that perfect place to be like, you know what, 2022 maybe was trash, maybe I wasn't the best person that I could have been, maybe I could have, done more, done less. This is a blank slate that we get to have, and I think that's always just such an exciting time, right? And so many people are excited. However, let's just get to the facts. According to a study, only 9% of people that have resolutions actually stick with them through the rest of the year. And after 2 weeks into the new year, the number of people that are still doing their resolutions is 71%. After 1 month, it drops to 64%, and so on and so on. So, moral of the story, most of us out here doing these resolutions will not complete them. That's just the facts. I'm just reading the facts. So one thing this year that I decided to implement, because I have been one of those people every single year that has never completed a resolution, I said, you know what, let's throw away this all or nothing approach, which is what has gotten me in trouble in the past. And what I mean by that is that I'm like, all right, we woke up, it's January 2nd, and I'm ready to suddenly be a boss babe, a healthy babe, like everything, right? I'm just suddenly gonna be a completely different person. And, we do day one, day two, it's great. And then after, again, like a couple of days, weeks, I'm not doing the stuff I was trying to do. And the reason obviously is that, you don't just go to sleep and wake up a transformed person. You, for however long it's been, have had these habits that, you're maybe wanting to change. So if you're trying to completely change your life, that is a shock to your system. Your brain's like, huh? Like, we have not eaten salad in so long, like how are we gonna suddenly eat salads every day? So to expect myself to just wake up and start doing these things, especially if they're extreme things, is a little bit unrealistic. My goal now is to have compassion for myself, have kindness, and really love myself even though I maybe didn't do the thing I was supposed to do. So instead of my New Year's resolution being like, I have to do this thing every day in order to consider myself a changed person, my thing is, you know what? These are the goals that I have. My goal is to try my best every day to reach this. And if it doesn't happen, that's literally okay, as long as I can wake up tomorrow and try again. So I just want to unpack that for a bit because there's a lot within that. So I guess the first thing being, you obviously, when you fail, can't be the person to beat yourself up. For example, I have a morning routine. It's pretty, intricate, and I just believe that morning routines really set you up for success for the day. However, before I had this sort of mindset that I have now, let's say, for example, going to yoga in the morning is part of my routine. If I was just really tired or woke up late and didn't go to yoga, I basically said, F the rest of the day, F the rest of this routine. This is gonna be an awful day now because I didn't complete this in the order that I wanted. I don't know if that's just like my type A or perfectionist thing, but I think that relates a lot to what people go through on resolutions, because you didn't do the thing that you were like, yes, this year I'm gonna do this thing, I promise, I'm gonna change, I feel it, this is gonna be the year, no more excuses. And then you don't do the thing that you said you were gonna do, and you feel like shit. Most people just are like, see, I knew you couldn't do it, to themselves, right? Like, see, why did you even set this goal up? Why did you even tell people about this goal? Like, that's so embarrassing, like you never followed through. XYZ, you begin to spiral, and out the door goes your resolution, because you're now just even like, what's the point? Like, let me just wait till next year, And so I've just definitely been there, and I feel like a lot of people share that sentiment. And so I'm here to tell you that you, and along this process to achieving your New Year's resolutions or just in the path of transformation, you need to have compassion for yourself and be kind when you don't do the thing that you said you were going to do. Because if you take the route of just beating yourself up, you spiral, you lose hope. You're kind of in a mood of despair and you don't feel motivated to do this thing. Versus if you were like, example, hey Jackie, it's okay that you didn't go to yoga this morning. You're a human being. And by the way, did you know that human beings have a spectrum of emotions and feelings? So sometimes you can feel sad, sometimes you can feel tired, sometimes you can feel mad. You're gonna feel all these things. So every day, unfortunately, you can't feel 100% because you're not a robot. That was sort of the epiphany I also had in the last couple of months, was like, wow, how could I expect myself to do everything correctly every day at 100% when, especially being a woman and, dealing with periods and hormones, like how could I possibly expect myself to be like 100% every day? I mean, in a perfect world, that would be amazing, but that just sets me up for failure. That just sets me up for failure. So instead of trying to expect perfection from my end, how about let's just try our best? Let's try our best to hit these resolutions. I don't need to be 100% consistent in order to consider myself a success for achieving my New Year's resolutions this year, but I just want to do my best and I want to improve from last year. That's really it. I really think that the goal for growth and to becoming a better person is just comparison to who you were yesterday to a year ago. Little steps is better than nothing. One of my resolutions this year is I just want to be better than I was last year and I'll be happy with it. Like I have some goals that I want, but ultimately I've kind of just understood I'm not going to hit this 100%. I'm just not. Because I just said, right, we're human beings. We have off days. We have great days. I'm not going to have a great day every single day. I'm just being realistic. This is the human experience, to experience sadness and happiness and bad days and feeling lazy and tired but excited, and like that is all of that, and that determines your mood, and your mood determines your actions towards the things that you want to do. So understanding that I'm not going to be on my A game all the time has allowed me to still continue doing my New Year's resolutions, even though they haven't been executed 100%, and enjoying the process and actually seeing improvement. So for example, one of my resolutions was to read a lot more this year, and I have to read a minimum of 10 pages a day. I told myself 10 pages. Great, awesome. And so there have been days this week, like I've been pretty consistent, but I haven't been able to read the 10 pages. And on a normal occasion, with my old mindset, the one that was just like unrealistic, I would have just completely gave up and been like, see, you didn't even make it past 1 week. Because 1 weekend, I already didn't do one day. So I would have thrown that out the window and I would have never continued. Therefore, I would have never read and would have never hit my goal. But instead, I now give myself grace. Hey, dude, you were just busy. Hey, you just didn't feel like it. That's okay. Tomorrow we are getting back on the horse and we are going to do our 10 pages. And so I carry on the rest of my day feeling okay, feeling fine, not feeling like shit, not beating myself up. I said tomorrow is just a fresh new day. A lot of people just believe new year, new me. I believe new day, new me. Honestly, like you can be like new hour, new me. You can change whenever you want. You can start, like, even though I just ate a bag of hot Cheetos, I can still work out later. And I can still eat a salad later and end the day great, Like, we make up these sort of markers for when we can, start again. But you can always start again. So I think just tying that into our resolutions, please keep your resolutions. It's great that you have goals. I also just need you to understand that the path towards implementing these new habits and doing them at a consistent basis is going to be a challenging one and an inconsistent one, at least at the beginning. And once you understand that fact, you just have a lot more compassion for yourself when you do have an off day and you don't complete the thing. And you can wake up the next day refreshed and ready to try again. That's really, for me, like this year I'm just trying. I'm trying my best every day, and every day won't be a success, but for me, I mean, maybe not for you all, but for me, it's a successful day regardless, because I honored my feelings in that moment. And if I just tried my best, that's great for me. That's awesome for me. Just remember that you are a human, and it takes some time to establish some habits. It takes some time for your body to get used to suddenly working out. It takes some time for your taste buds to get used to eating, healthy food that it hasn't been used to eating. So give yourself that grace, that love that you really need to give yourself, and carry on every day, looking at those goals, wanting to work towards them, but also knowing that if you don't hit it that day, that's super okay. The point is, let's continue on regardless of what happens. And by the end of the year, if you didn't throw away your goals, you will have accomplished a lot more than if you had just thrown away everything and had just given up and never tried. So remember, progress is the goal. Trying is the goal. We will never achieve 100% perfection, and that is super okay, because we are not robots. We are humans. Like, how beautiful is it that we have space to mess up? I give myself permission to mess up and fail, because I am a human and that's what we do. I think once you realize that is just part of our that's just part of our deal here, you're kind of okay, I messed up, who cares? That's just what happens. You are a human. You are allowed to make mistakes. If you didn't hit your goal for the day or the week, tell yourself it's okay. We'll go after it again. We're gonna try again to see if we can do this. And that's it. And over time, the more you start to work out, the more you start to read, it's now establishing a habit within your brain, and you will now want to do this more often, and it will become part of your routine. But we'll never get to that point if you had just given up because you already messed up. You just have to continue doing it if you want it badly enough like that. So I hope this video reminds you of your humanness, to make mistakes, to not be perfect, to have bad days, to not always hit your goals, and that is okay. That's all I hope you really leave with, is that you can't expect perfection from yourself, because we are imperfectly perfect. We were designed to learn from mistakes. We were designed to mess up. It's okay. And just remember that that doesn't mean that you need to throw away everything that you are desiring. Changing your life, changing yourself, transformation is an inconsistent journey with lots of lows, lots of highs, lots of progress, lots of taking a couple steps back. That's just what it is. So when you come to terms with that and you kind of implement that in how you see your goals, you will be able to achieve a lot more than our just normal mindset of day one in January, we're doing this, no mistakes, we got this, we're doing this every single day. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just take each day as it comes, try your best, and go to sleep knowing that you tried your best. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're interested in one-on-one coaching, I have my link in the bio. I love you guys. Peace and love.